Okay, hello and welcome back to Clanfolk, everybody. As we are coming into autumn of year 2, things looking pretty good so far. Again, we've got plenty of food stored up. We've got everybody fairly happy. We of course managed to beat off those I keep saying it like that. We managed to vanquish those terrible raiders that came a knocking last time, trying to take away we Agnes and we Katia. But we managed to fight them off, and we are all the better for it. As things go, we've managed to get our little barn finished, and just like that, we've already got a brand new chicken who's come up for it. Did we actually put a little window in? We did put a wee window in. That's good. I don't think we really need to light this up at night. They're not really that worried. I'm not so worried if the chicks are scared of the dark. It's more just our own people. And in fact, our own people don't even have their own lighting. So I think they'll have to just deal with it. But the main thing is that we do have our tile peat stove over there done. We still need more tiles. And now what is really causing this to be slowed down is our amount of clay. We have plenty of clay. We do have the charcoal. I wonder if it's just the priority. I think we just need to make these jobs a higher priority so they're done quicker. Because we have the charcoal, we have enough clay. These should be getting done. But the problem is they're not. So yeah. You know what? We're actually going to put these all at priority 10. I want to see these getting done sooner rather than later. We have Marie, who is gone. Sorry, Marie, was a little bit distracted there. I thought we had enough time to come grab you, but we obviously didn't. Never mind. We don't actually really need more workforce at the moment, it has to be said. I think we're doing all right without it. I wonder if part of the reason that we're struggling so much is we're using so much of our goods creating these bridges, but once we have the bridges, we can kind of expand more into this area. We can do another bridge down here, expand on down, and really get the place looking quite nice. How are our peat stocks? Terrible. So we do need to go out and harvest some more peat. Hello, little Mr. Beaver. We'll leave you there. So we'll go out and we'll harvest some more peat if we can. That's good. We're harvesting out all the hay over here. We got to make sure that we're at least getting some of it in so that we can grab all the stuff that we need for winter. Winter is going to be a little bit more crucial this time, or at least in terms of like our hay stockpiles, our oat stockpiles, even probably our straw, just because we're going to have so many animals that we have to deal with. But hey ho, that's not a problem. We've got enough people to do the task. Even though the task lists are fairly high, we do have enough people to do it. Now, is anybody coming over here? It doesn't look like it, does it? We should have people who are doing crafting. It does look like Agnes is doing it. She's probably just a bit busy doing other tasks as well. We do have a lot of tasks that need doing. Unfortunately, when it comes to crafting, we've got 5 of them. Hunting, we got 5 of them. That'll probably be all our snares and such. We've got a bunch of lumber stuff to do, a bunch of harvesting tasks, but we are getting through them fairly quickly. And then we've obviously got our building and our hauling to do as well, but they can only be done so quickly. Now, I don't like the look of this. I feel like we may need a cat in here. Yeah, I feel like there may need to be some kind of cat in here. Or at the very least a mousetrap. That is, fortunately we're not storing any food in here, but even so, that's kind of disgusting. Yeah, let's get ourselves a little rat trap there, please. One thing we should probably do as well, now that we're starting to tile up these kind of areas here, is if we put down a... where is it? A floor mat over here as well. Do we have one for this room? Indeed we do. And you know what, we'll even just build one over here. We're not finished up with this area yet because we're still using up all the tiles, etc. But that's okay. What are you complaining about? Are we running out of charcoal? It does look like it. So we'll have to get to work on that. Lots of things to do, not very much time to do it with. We are coming, obviously... Well, we've just started autumn, but we've finished summer. We've got a lot of stuff done, but there's still, as we say, a lot more to do. We've got to finish up this other bedroom so that people can sleep and be quite comfortable, especially when it starts to get colder. It does need to get done when we can. Be interesting to see. I do quite like the performance. The performance seems quite well on the new resolution, so hopefully you're enjoying that as well. I think it also looks quite nice, especially when you can see more with like the sort of shadows, etc. I am quite enjoying it. I'll put it that way. But yeah, we just need to make sure that people are doing what they can. With the charcoal kilns, I was wondering if it was maybe the branches, but no, we do have enough branches, so that isn't the issue. We could always sort of chop down some more trees, and indeed we might do that just around the area. We probably should also start picking mushrooms now. We'll put the jobs down for it at the very least. just because we might be able to get one more harvest. If we start to harvest the mushrooms now, then that should be all right. Let's also grab these bits here. Any more mushrooms we can grab here? Perfect. There we go. There's a reason to leave this many stumps, and that is to get yourself some mushrooms, dry them up, and that'll do you fine over winter. Yeah, it looks like we're struggling a little bit with our charcoal. We may need to get another charcoal burner potentially. Yep, get another kiln. Pop that on down. Needs must. Oh, wee Colin's playing around with just a little toy there, getting some fun. They are afraid of the dark, which is a bit of a shame, but they are a child. Every child seems to be afraid of the dark. Everybody seems to love their nightlight. Tyr, you're doing all right. If I was remembering, yes, Elspeth's also going to be having a baby, so yeah, things are certainly interesting. You actually losing a little bit of satisfaction. That's just because he doesn't have, or he hasn't been to the toilet, so let him go to the toilet. Should be fine. I think we will end up sending him and Christian away, just because we don't really have the space that we need for all these people. Admittedly, we could probably do with more workers, but we definitely don't need more kids at this point. We're starting to have quite a few kids that, yeah, we just generally don't need. And with that, the day is done. Fantastic. People still working away, just finishing up. How is Arthur doing? Yeah, you're doing alright. You're still an adult as well. You're not quite old yet. But we'll see how things go. Anis, you're the same. Christian still juvenile, but getting there. Elspeth, very much an adult. They'll probably have a couple more kids. We'll just see how that goes. We could ask Agnes and that to leave, but you know what? Free worker's a free worker. Tyr's also doing it. Now Hugh, unfortunately, with his 45 wages per day is going to cost us a lot, but we should be fine. Got lots of milk here. We should have a milking bucket. Indeed, we have 2. So yeah, we should definitely have somebody coming over here to milk. Sooner rather than later, please, if you don't mind. But we'll have to do that when the morning breaks, and here we are, day 52. Getting on for it a little bit more. Plenty of beavers to hunt as well, if we need to, during the winter months. Hopefully we won't have to. I think we should be alright for food. Indeed, we should start having a wee think about which animals we want to cull a little bit. As far as our rooster goes, he's not quite his way to adulthood. We do have 2 male chicks. So, at the same token, we don't have that many. I thought we had more female hens than just 3, but maybe I'm wrong. Seems like I'm wrong. I guess I think we got rid of a bunch of the juveniles last one. That's what it was. Thought we had more. We did have more. We sold them to pay for Hugh's wages, which is fine. We do need more people here, and we do have an awful lot of animals, but yeah, we'll worry about that in a bit. Ginny, are you good at anything? You are good at cleaning. I don't think we need a cleaner. Yeah, we'll just get you to leave. Off you trot. You are fine. I thought I told you to leave. Please go. Thank you. What do you have, Griselle? Ah, well, she actually does have female hens. Yeah, we have 4 females and 3 males. Will you buy any of our other stuff? You'll buy some of our cloth, you'll buy some of our hide, you will buy a lot of our nails. I'm not really wanting to sell them at all. We'd get some eggs, but again, I don't think we have to worry about that. We could sell some of our hay. Overall, not much to sell to her. We could sell some dry peat bricks, but we're running out of time to really dry them particularly well. Yeah, you know what, we'll sell some of this bluebell. You know what, give a little bit of money, pay for Hugh's wages one more day, and that'll be us. Don't think we need to get any more billy goats. We've got plenty. We do need to get some more logs. That's what we need to do. We are actually out of logs, so let's just chop down these trees just now. Around the base. We are chopping those ones down there. We'll chop down these ones over here as well. Need to make sure to do that nice and quick. How are we doing in terms of our tools? We've got 1 of everything. That's fantastic. Let's start getting some more. Starting with the hoes, the axes. The pick probably isn't as important, but the sickle certainly is. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get 2 of them for everyone that we need. And then after that, we can start getting some more of the other types. Certainly the iron peat spade will be important, but I don't think it's quite as important as getting stuff for like sickles and for chopping down trees and such. I feel like they're used a lot more often. How are we doing over here? We've got our wee stubble field. Love to go around on the horse in that. Always good fun. Yeah, things are working, things are smelling. Certainly over by here where we have all the fertilizer. But we're getting there, and that's the main thing. Timbery, we should have the logs now. Yeah, Anna's working away, getting us some planks. That should unlock some of the other crafting stuff that we need to do in order to get some more tools. Fantastic. Having a little bit of an issue with charcoal at the moment. We're just not producing quite enough. And I wonder if that's to do with the amount of branches that we may or may not have. I think as well it's just due to the general amount of running around we are currently doing. Yeah, we've got a lot of tasks to do. Certainly a lot of lumber tasks, a lot of hauling tasks as well, which do need to be done when we can get them done. Yeah, things seem to be doing okay. Got our bark bin, got our ash bin. They could probably be moved outside, to be perfectly honest, but yeah, they don't really need to be inside. They could be moved outside, but we'll worry about them later. Don't want to leave it outside too cluttered. It always makes things looking a little bit worse. Ah yeah, we can see here just how long it takes people to walk across the river here. Once they get onto the actual nice little bridges, they'll be able to get across and very, very easily. It's not the worst, but it certainly does slow down hauling. There we go. Grab those logs. Hopefully we'll be able to use them for something useful. Now, we've got our plank stack, we've got timber stack. Do we actually have a log stack anywhere? I don't know if we do. Certainly if we don't, we should have a log stack somewhere. So, log stack, log pile, there we go. Let's get ourselves one of them. We want to be able to store our logs near the timbery so we can actually get our stuff done, especially once we cut down all these trees. Our little moo probably actually taking quite a lot of the hay. We've managed to cut back a lot of the hay over here. Not so much going over here. We don't really need the straw, is the thing. More the hay that we need rather than anything else. Right, let's have a little double check with our thresher. How are we doing for seeds? We don't have any flax seeds. We have a whole bunch of straw, so we definitely don't need that. No oat grains. We've got no hayseed. We've got... Oh no, we do have flaxseed. We don't have the flax stems is what we don't have. So we've got plenty of that seed. Don't have any hayseed. So we should hopefully be breaking down some of that hay into hayseed so we can grow stuff, but I just think people are just running around. They've got too much to do. It's the oat grain. We don't have any oat sheaves. It's just not really been working. That's a shame. It's the fact that we're not able to find any kind of oats anywhere is a little bit on the annoying side. We've got our thistle over here, but I just can't seem to see any kind of oat sheaves that have been grown. What's over here? We've got some kale. Now that is good. That is good. That is a good find. I'm quite happy with that. We found some more stuff so we can harvest that up. Plenty of mushrooms in this area, a lot of thistle, more peat, etc. And some more mushrooms. So we have got plenty of options for our food. We've also got some stags and some more deer over here that we could hunt if we need to. Would really love to have some more oats and some more oat grain just so we can feed ourselves a little bit better and also grow oats for the next year. We want to make sure that we've got at least some kicking about. Certainly we can get some from the traders, but don't always want to have to worry about that. Robert, I'm afraid, my boy, I'm going to have to ask you to leave because we're still struggling for our sleeping arrangements. It's starting to get cold, and I'm not happy about this. This charcoal taking so long to do. Yeah. Should be doing that a little bit more often, me guys. Who is actually set to do more crafting? I mean, we've got... Agnes is set to do quite a bit of crafting. Arthur is not. He's not one of our crafters. Annis, not really. Christian, no, not really. Alton's a baby. Elspeth, you're very good at intimidation, apparently. She was the one that was beating up everybody, if I do recall, so that makes sense. David, you're alright at building, but not crafting. I think that's the issue. Hutchinen, how you doing? I mean, you are supposed to be crafting quite a lot, but I guess if you're busy doing other things a lot of the time, that might be your issue. Yeah, hopefully you're able to get back in. But never mind, day 3 of autumn, things are starting to get colder, and I'm starting to get a little bit worried because I really wanted to make sure that we, one, had these tiled peat stoves done, and that we got everything else done as well. Because yeah, this is crafting, we should be doing this. You know what, why don't we just say, hey, let's just get a whole bunch of charcoal done, because they seem to be half done with that. Can someone please do that quickly? There we go. Hutchinson is off. We've got a whole bunch of branches. That should be nice and easy to do now. What we're also going to do is we're going to put this one up. I'm not quite sure why the auto build stuff there wasn't quite working, but fingers crossed that was just for that instance and nothing else. Let's have a little look at our animals. We have a whole bunch of chicks. A whole bunch. Our rooster, as we're saying, is getting a bit older. This pullet, he is juvenile. I wonder if we just let them brood. We'll see if we can get some more female hens, and then we'll just kill all but the second oldest rooster. And then we can get some eggs for overwinter, and then we can replenish our stock once he's fully grown. As for our piglets... Okay, well, we have 2 boars now. I'm afraid this boar is almost certainly going to have to die, so we'll have to get him gone. Can't have too many of you. We've got our kids, we've got our ram, we've got a whole bunch of ewes. Some juvenile, some not. Some pregnant again. You, if you get the joke, are senior. It's a little bit of a shame. We may have to simply get rid of you, but you do have raw wool still, so you are still useful, which is good. Need to make sure that we're shearing these guys up as well, so we can get our woolen stuff done too. Let's get this done. Yeah, it seems like the charcoal is just kind of sitting there and it gets kind of stopped, which it shouldn't do. Is it just because we're waiting for the clay? But we've got the clay. There we go. That's the boar slaughtered. We need to get a bull if we can. Mr. Trader, what do you have for us? Some more straw, some more hay. Interesting. We can also buy some broad beans. I think we will do. Just to be sure. Would you like to buy all the fertilizer you can carry? Per guy. And then, you know what, actually, we're going to sell off these younger chicks rather than slaughter them. Of the male chicks. We could just go full hog and sell this rooster, but we might want to see how many more cycles of breeding our hens we want to do. Don't want to sell off this little kid goat. We sell off some rush lights, but I think we're okay. We've got plenty of peat bricks, which is good, but we're going to need to make sure that we've got plenty over winter, and they always make a nice little trading good as well. So I think we're actually okay. We've got our money. 350 is a decent amount. Yeah, I think we're all good to go. Ah, perfect. We actually managed to get some kale. We managed to harvest it, so we should get some kale seeds too. Great stuff. Great stuff. Make sure we're picking up our mushrooms. Everybody's happy. How is the fishing over here? Fishing's absolutely fine. Fishing down here, not quite as good, but, you know, nothing to really worry about, write home about. Kind of getting our way through the forest a little bit. We might need to start thinking about replanting some trees, you know, just kind of getting some of them back. But overall, we're okay. There's some more kale over here amongst this thistle patch. That is interesting. We could probably just harvest that up. Yeah, there we go. For everything but. More mushrooms over here. Grab them. Hopefully nothing poisonous, but I don't think those are implemented. Nothing worse than poisonous mushrooms. It has ruined some of my runs in Unreal World. By eating a mushroom, I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure this is fine, and it was not. It was certainly not. When that happens, it does leave you a little bit peeved. Ah, there we go. We've actually managed to find an idea for a heather wreath. That must be from us cutting down that heather. We can put that up on the wall. And you know what? We might do that in a couple of the rooms just to improve the amount of decoration that there is. Make people a little bit happier, improve the environments of the room, etc, etc. Make things just look a little bit nicer. Put it above there. On that same token, we probably want to have a little think about making either some played bits or etc. How are these berry bushes doing? Yeah, they're going to die. That's fine. Hopefully we don't need to re-sow you. That'd be good. Plenty of hay on the haystack. Nice little path. Ready to go. Might extend that out a little bit, but we've got more pressing things to do, mostly around building this area here. And in fact, we should have enough for this wood wall. We just need to get going with it, I'm afraid. And yeah, let's just clear out the trees around the house as well. more baby chickens. That's good. That's good. In fact, we seem to be getting quite fortunate, and most of the hens are pumping out the baby chicks, female chooks. I think we might just, you know, we might just get rid of the rooster now. I think having 5 female chickens is enough for us just now. I mean, generally, obviously, you'd have more chickens than this, and certainly my granny used to have more chickens than this when she was having them. Made sure that he always had eggs for breakfast, that's for sure. And she had, I think she had like 24, so not the most, but certainly not the least. But we don't want to have our livestock menu just going off the screen, so we'll manage in that way. How are we doing over here? We've got plenty of logs on our log pile. Excellent. There we go. That should really speed up things for us, which is good. Free up some of our storage spaces as well. We actually finished up our wardrobe, so we can put in a lot of our clothes in there. Would like to have that inside our sort of clothing area. We could always extend that out so it's over by the bridges, but equally, it might be nice to have kind of just more of a walkway there. We can see. Things are going quite well now that we've kind of got the infrastructure all down. People moving about. Got plenty of things done. Again, a little bit worried about the amount of hay that we have, and just with the amount of animals, we may also go out and try and grab a little bit more. It's mostly straw, unfortunately. Seems like a lot of the hay that we kind of have lying about has been eaten by said animals, but we can try and see what we can find. Yeah, it looks like a lot of it's either been eaten by deer or by our own livestock. We got a little patch over here. Fantastic. Let's make sure that we can grab as much of that as we can. Just adding to the task list as always, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I do not like you guys. Male wolf. What are you guys doing? Ah, perfect. Doggo. Scaring them off. Get away from our barn. Beautiful. Well done, a hunter. Don't like the fact that there's this male wolf hanging about. They're looking for food. It's this vixen that's over here that is that's dead. So not enjoying that. There's another dead rat there. Let's always just make sure that we're butchering these. Let's make sure as well that we're making more charcoal. People should be making charcoal. Indeed they are. There we are. What we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, you just make some charcoal. Get it done. Got plenty of branches. We should have plenty of clay. Once we get that done, so we can still make stuff with the kiln. Yeah, our main issue is just getting the charcoal together, but there we go. Day 54, the animals out nice and early. We want to get some of that lovely hay that's becoming more and more dwindling as we go. Outside we're looking at 9.9, 9.5 degrees Celsius, obviously a little bit cooler at night, but hopefully we're doing alrighty. Should be getting these guys done here. We've got this branch pile that's there. Obviously perfect for getting these guys' branches done. We maybe want to just get a clay bin. We can just dump on down. It is right next to where we have our clay pit, so it does have its uses. We're going to need some more clay bowls so we can get this seed shelf done as well. Can always add that in. But I think we need more tiles, indeed we do. So let's make sure that we're getting plenty of tiles. It's a little bit of an issue because we don't have any charcoal, because we're not burning the charcoal for some reason. But hopefully this is doing that just now. BD is perfect. Good man. Probably to do with the amount of hauling that we need to do. We just got a lot of stuff that's just kind of about, unfortunately. He's doing his best when it comes to hauling. Hopefully you can get that through. Got more of the clay being dug up. There we go. He's put them on. Just takes a little while to make the charcoal. Once it's done, should be fine. Ah, perfect. We've actually cut down enough heather that we can have the idea of a heather patch, which I believe actually just looks quite nice. There we go. We'll harvest that. Make sure we grab all these seeds, please. And yeah, we're just saying we're making a bunch of tiles, and we'll make the 15 clay pots. We think we only need 12 for the seeds. Well, we only need 6, but I mean, having more clay bowls will also help. Yeah, we'll make sure that we've got plenty of them. Maybe bring that down to 10. Down to 10 is probably fine. Make sure we got plenty of charcoal to use up. We need it for the smithy, we need it for the bloomery, we need it for obviously our our kiln as well. There's plenty of stuff that we're doing. That rat is still going about, but hopefully our cats are actually killing the wee buggers. That'd be good. Probably want to think about building a walkway up here as well, seeing as the kind of animals and people are walking around here quite a lot. And just while they're walking in between various places, leaving their tools about everywhere. The dickheads. Ah, well, nothing we can do. Main thing is people are working away. I'm quite interested to see what the next patch for this is actually going to be, because it's obviously just recently put up on, I say recently, probably like, how long is it now? Maybe like a month or two now. They put up the stuff on the testing branch for the fights, the fisticuffs that we've had. So it's it'll be quite interesting to see what the next thing that the creator's working on. A lot of good stuff's coming in the new year. That's what we can all be hopeful for. We do have this clothing basket done, which is great. We could probably actually do with just people hauling stuff into this wardrobe. That would be quite nice, just so we can get this all the spare clothes that's just lying around. Their condition just doesn't seem to be too bad. But it'd be really nice if they were kind of like not just littering our paths with clothes. It feels like a great way to make them dirty. How are we doing over here in the gong place? We've got our manure baskets, we've got plenty of stuff. But on here, plenty of manure, that's for certain. Probably, can we get a storage for that? We've got the gong place, and that's what we have over here. You can store fertilizer in that. I would have preferred if we could have had like a larger place for storing actual bags of fertilizer. Potentially actually putting them over by the farm would be the best idea. Why don't we do that? We've got a gong place here, we can get a gong place there, we can get one over by the berry bushes over here. And put that up the side. There we go. Beautiful. Speaking of bridges, how we doing? We're slowly but surely getting them done. Not quite to the same speed that we were before, but I think it's because we just blew through our stockpile of stone blocks pretty quickly. And how are we all doing? Hutchinson, you're still doing stuff there. Yeah, hauling away, crafting away. You should be, I think you are hauling stuff so it can then be used for crafting. I think it's more of the issue because it's like he's trying to get everything to where things need to be in order to craft them. It just takes time. We're getting there, is the main thing. Yeah, there we go. See, like you can see there, the kiln's working. The kilns are working. For the charcoal, we're getting everything mostly fine. How are we doing over here? More gong, thank you very much. Probably do with some more mushrooms. We have plenty of days of food, which is another great thing. As it stands, we have enough food to last us winter. What we don't have, and what is concerning me, is we do not have this other tile peat stove done, so we need to have the tiles done. Let's actually make as well that we have more clay. Let's bring it up to 400 just for some of these larger projects. Catherine, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to go. Harry, or Harry, sorry, I thought it was an L, it was an I. Haley, we're gonna have to get you to go. Just did it again. Harry. They're gonna have to go. We don't really have the space. I really would love to have had this bedroom done by now. I kind of hope that we would. Maybe we'll actually want to just bring ourselves on another worker just to get it done. But the issue is it's mostly the tiles. Fortunately, the actual room itself is now covered, so it's just the tiles that are the issue. So what we can do is we make sure that we give ourselves a... Now it should be under there. We have tile peat stove. Make sure that we get ourselves that. We're going to need a bunch of tiles together to get that done. Should have the bowls for this now, which is good. Yeah, should be working on that. Grand. Just need to stoke the fires when we get a second. We have plenty of branches to do that. Plenty of clay to do that. We're getting the charcoal that we need as well, which is good. Ah, this I do not like. We've got one rat that's dead there. We need to get more of these rat traps. The last thing we want is them stealing our food. You can see here just how much food that we have. We've got plenty of raw meat as well. Would be quite good if we got some more smoked meat. How much do we have? We've got all 300. Let's set that up as a cool 500. The fish that we're not getting as much of, but I guess because mostly because we killed that boar. Petir and Agnes off, gallivanting around for whatever reason in the middle of the night, slowing us down, and there we are, day 55. halfway through autumn already, and it feels like we've gotten certain amounts done. Certainly when it comes to making sure that we've got the food together. We finished off this stockpile, still needs a little bit of work. We've managed to get the majority of the building done for this area over here. We did run out of heather, so maybe we even want to just come along and just grab as much of the heather as we can, just so we can get that done. Nearly finished up the seed shelf, which is great. And we've also kind of got rid of that backlog that we were having with the charcoal. Another great start to the day. Probably want to say to them, you know what, we really want to keep this one as an important one, and you know what, we're even going to do that with this tiled heat stove as well. Got ourselves another wee chicken. Is that another hen? You bet it is. Another female chick. Excellent. Now I think we did take the right time to kill off the rooster. Just means that we're going to definitely have enough food to get through winter, more than enough. Potentially even more than enough to trade, just to keep our money up from Hugh taking it all. The madman. He's very well satisfied, he's got decent mood. We could tell him to leave now, we get plenty of clan reputation. Duncan, what are you good at? Just so we can have a look at. Nothing that's interesting me, I'm afraid. I'll have to ask you to leave. Neil, what are you? So you want to sell us wood ash, peat bricks and branches, even though that's the stuff that we have the most of. Well, I hate to say it, my pal, I'm afraid I will not be buying anything. I won't even be selling things. I could potentially sell, not... I mean, that hen is quite old, but she's still got some laying to do. We could sell the other chook, but... I mean, yeah, we do kind of want to start thinning the herd just ever so slightly. We've got 2 adult sows there. This one is also nearly done. In terms of being an adult, she will be a senior soon. How are we doing here? We've got lots of the boars. This will be all the juveniles there. We could sell a whole bunch of piglets for some decent money. We've got our other boar there. Yeah, you know what? Just to start cutting down the herd ever so slightly, we'll sell him a bunch of these juvenile boars. Gives us plenty of money. He can't take any more. Again, to leave. Just to cut down on the amount that we're going to need to feed them. Gives us a little bit of cash, which is great. We could have got the meat, but obviously with 14 days of food, we don't actually need the meat. The plan was to slaughter them for their meat, but everything else going on, I think this is also quite fine. Alrighty, we should be getting the tile done. Yeah, we do need more tiles to tile peat stove. That's just going to take some time, unfortunately. Also need some bricks, as it sounds, but if we can at least get the stoves done, even if the floor isn't done, and I think most of this is because this is a fancy tile stove floor, rather than a just a regular one. This is going to be quite a nice bedroom to sleep in, it seems. I wonder as well if we want to get ourselves a little cat bed, 2 another rat trap, and just put that there. Perfect. Alright, everybody get to work. Hopefully you're getting on about getting on. And perfect, we've actually managed to finish up our little stone bridges, so now we can easily come over here and start to make our areas here. This could be quite a good place to actually just kind of stone up this bit and put our fishing spots, so we have fishing spots on both sides. Not that we're going to have to worry about that too much, seeing as we're about to go into winter, but something to certainly think about. As for any of the stuff in the kitchen, we don't really need to worry about too much. We don't have the oat grain to make haggis, otherwise we would certainly be doing that. Yeah, oat grain, or the lack of oat grain, has certainly affected us this game. It's interesting because usually you just subsist off bros. You wouldn't have to worry so much about smoking stuff, or certainly doing like. I mean, I guess that's not entirely true. You do just have so much mushrooms, but that's mostly with dried stuff that's smoking. So I refer to my original point again. I was right. I was so wrong that I was right. We'll just make sure that we're picking up as much mushrooms as we can. They should hopefully regrow before the end of the autumn and keep us going. Surprisingly out of hides, which is a little bit worrying. Hey, how are we doing for our dried mushrooms? You know what? We want to have full 1,000. We'll have all those mushrooms. There's no point having a fresh mushroom. We'll just have nothing but dried. Give something for the cooks to do. That's the excuse anyway. These dried berries are getting old, which is a bit of a shame, but they've lasted us quite a fair time, so can't be too angry. And finally, yep, we've managed to get this peat stove done, this one's still needing some bricks. So after this firing, let's make sure we have some bricks and double tile, and then that should hopefully be enough for this peat stove there. Yeah, that should be enough. Got the clay, got the logs. Perfect. Add that in when we get the second. And that'll be good. That'll mean we're pretty much winter proof. We just need to make sure that we obviously have finished up the floor. I mean, it's not mission critical. Would certainly be nice, but it's not mission critical. But yeah, we've kind of got a little cozy kind of place that's going on just now. You baby chicken, are you a hen? Are you? Yes, you are. Excellent. What we'll do as well, we'll say, hey, don't put any of our oat grain. Do we even want to say no flaxseed? Could certainly be an option. So it is nice to have the seeds. Yeah, certainly something to think about. More hay that we could extract over here, but I think we just need to focus on getting stuff hauled around, getting stuff done. We did actually finish up the seed shelf, which is good. We can store our kale seeds and our onion seeds over there, and I do really want to keep them, so let's make them very important. Please, everybody, grab those kale seeds that we want to be able to use them next year. We can even make our own little bit over here. God, we haven't even finished tilling all the soil over here. A bit of a shame. As for these oats, you know what? I think we just need to harvest them. Just what's left. Same with over here. We're not going to get much out of them, but we'll at least get some in. It's some oat sheaf. They're still growing, but they're growing very slow, and that's only going to go slower and slower as time goes on. Yeah, I'm not feeling good about them staying until winter. Anton, you're coming in as well. You know what? We'll let you stay. We'll rent you a bed. We could do with some more money. We've got at least this area done, which of course you're going to just... Oh no, that's Anis. I thought that was the new guy. I was going to say that was very rude of you to just barge on in willy-nilly like that. When it comes to their food or their basic needs, I'm just thinking, whereabout is a table? Because obviously we can think about making tables and that as well. There's a serving table, just to make food a bit more attractive. It's where we want to kind of put that, though, is the question. We've obviously got a toy box as well. Maybe we want to make like a little playroom. That'd be quite nice. Oh, Christian, you live in the life of luxury there just by yourself. You and Anton, Agnes. Who knows even where little cat here is? She was in this little bed over here. Not too bad for you then. Got a little night off again. Seems to be doing that rather regularly. But no, everybody seems to be quite happy. Things are getting on well. Just want to make sure that we can get these stoves done sooner rather than later. It seems like it might be a little bit chilly in here. Everybody seems to be fine. Keep a wee eye on it as we go on, and obviously as things go further going on. Just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode of Clanfolk, and hopefully you've been enjoying the content so far, especially at the new resolution, which hopefully is a bit snazzy for everybody, especially now that I've worked out how to get the graphics working. But yeah, no, just want to say thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy what we do here on the channel, consider becoming a member of the Burger Band for early access to videos as soon as they're up. You can do that on YouTube, you can do it on Patreon, you can also do it on Coffee if you just want to give us a little bit of moolah. It's always appreciated, but nothing's more appreciated than you guys watching. So just want to say thank you very much for everybody for watching. Hopefully you're going to have a good new year, and until next time, take care.